I think I always wanted to do music since I was little, hearing albums and spin on a record. I'm much more of a tinkerer. I'm like a kid who just was playing with weird stuff in the backyard. I always wanted to fix things about certain things that I heard. That's why I like music at its core. It's playing and having fun and being a part of a moment. I'm part of Social House. We are a music duo, band, producer group. It's not necessarily like heavy stress to make anything good. It's like, no, let's just make things. And sometimes those ideas turn out great is when people feel like they can be themselves, make fun of people, make fun. If you feel that way, then you're in a good place to write and record. Inspiration just comes after repeated attempts. Most of the time, we'll start a session together, we throw paint. I feel like if you start to paint and you have no intention of what it is at first, there's another part of you that wants to like receive something or see something and feel something. Occasionally that happens when you're just throwing paint on the canvas, when you're not intentionally focusing on what it will be, and then you'll start to see something. Some people have their like famous vintage gear for a specific sound, but SPL is one of those sounds. I've got a Vitalizer. It was like the first version of it. I loved it. It was great. It did something that nothing else ever did. It felt like such a good sounding piece of gear. Me not having knowledge about what I was tinkering with, I was just like, oh, this is a thing. And I started to use it as much as I could. I love the new one even more. I put it on a 2-bus. It's like the first thing that has to happen is like, I know that this sound is gonna sound better. It's so good. It just makes me think about what the mix would sound like through it. Not like fanboying, but like I was excited to get the new version of the Vitalizer. It's sounding more impressive. With the Channel 1 Mark III, I've used the whole strip like the whole time. Even though there's a lot going on, I try to just make it part of what the vocal sounds like. I just like being able to use all of the things that are given to me. I'm not the type that's like only use one thing and keep it. Tinker's gotta tink. I gotta tinker. When an artist is in the booth, I just try to like go through a little demo pass if we can. If we just jump in and we're like, yo, I have an idea, then I just have to run with whatever my last settings were. Because I just try to record it on the way in with the settings. And I try to record as much of a snapshot of that moment as we can. Huge fan of the transient designer, period, on drums, on anything, really. If we want a song to bite the way we need it to bite, or if we want it to feel more smooth, it just always works. I do love the de-esser because I feel like it's the most natural one that I've heard so far. We have a little compression on vocals coming in, just a little bit. I like the EQ, I like the airband, just a little bit of extra love, a little bit of money. I just like it. I don't know what's going on with Voodoo you guys are doing, but I just think that SPL just makes some good products and they run at a high voltage. Gotta love it. Really good company. This is like a relationship, me and SPL. Sitting in a tree.